The Texan town of Uvalde has held a vigil to honour the victims of the latest school massacre in the US. 21 people were killed in Tuesday's mass shooting, most of them young children. The killings have once again highlighted the divisive issue of gun control in the United States.
The town of Uvalde is mourning the loss of their loved ones. 19 children and 2 teachers. 21 lives that were needlessly cut short. The tightly knit community is the latest in the US to be devastated by gun violence. But Texas Governor Greg Abbott believes mental health and not access to guns is the real issue.
We as a state, we as a society need to do a better job with mental health. Anybody who shoots somebody else has a mental health challenge, period. We as a government need to find a way to target that mental health challenge and do something about it.
Democrat Beto O'Rourke, who's vying to be the next governor of Texas in an upcoming election, publicly confronted Greg Abbott during his press conference. He accused the Republican of being responsible for the killings by liberalizing state gun laws.
The question all of you need to ask him is, why does he want violent criminals to be able to carry guns on our streets? Go ask him that. He has not had to answer for any of this, and he gets by with this theater. I'm calling it out. I came here to call it out, to stop this, because if we don't stop it, it will continue to happen.
Despite the political arguments, families of the victims have little faith that things will change.
This always happens in a small town. Nobody expects anything bad to happen, and then it happens, and everybody wants to make changes to prevent it from happening, and then it dies down a little bit, and then it happens again, and then it's a cycle. I just want my baby home. I don't care. I don't care about anything else. I don't care about nothing at all.
But even as people across the US and around the world express grief and sympathy, few believe that this will be the last such tragedy.
DW correspondent Stefan Simons is at the scene of the shooting for us, and we asked him how the city of Uvalde in Texas is coping with this tragedy.
It's not coping very well, actually. The wounds are, of course, too fresh. And if you look at the right of your screen, right behind me, you see those crosses bearing all the names of all the witnesses, of all the victims. 21 of them, of course, most, as you said, 19 of them children, 10 years old and younger. So yes, we were at the vigil yesterday, which was mentioned in the report, and of course that was a very tearful fair, so to speak, with the Texas governor there, with preachers there, pastors from all kind of denominations, trying to give comfort to the people, and that to some degree, of course, works. But however, shock, trauma, frustration, and disbelief and hurt and pain are sitting deep in this community, and they will for a foreseeable future.
Stefan, the massacre has yet again pushed the issue of gun control to the top of the political agenda in the US, but has there been any willingness to tighten the laws by those opposed to stricter gun controls?
Well, you see, the debate about gun control, gun rights, gun control, more restrictions, red flag laws, etc., is as old as I am here, standing here, and on other occasions marking those sad incidents where somebody buys assault rifles or some kind of gun and mows down children or other people for whatever reason. So there is no change in the lines. There's 500 million weapons in private hands in the United States, and there's 2 kind of crowds who are still fighting it out, and on a political level, on a state level, on a federal level, on every level, community level too. The one say we need more guns to protect ourselves to prevent this from happening. The other say no, we need less guns, we need more restrictions, etc. There is a overwhelming majority actually of Americans who want one or another restriction. Nobody wants to change the Constitution. Nobody wants to ignore the Second Amendment that guarantees the Americans to bear the right to have the right to bear arms. But restrictions, there's about 80% of Americans in the latest polls say like they are for more gun control. Now, how to implement this? This is where the politicians come in, and this is where there is no movement. And experts say, and pundits, and everybody else who has reported or knows a little bit about gun rights in the United States says nothing's going to change, unfortunately.
Stefan Simons in Uvalde, Texas. Thank you.